So the Halloween franchise will begin a cinematic universe. What will happen? What could that mean? Let's get into it. What's up, I Like Scary? We are back. I hope you're all having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So you all, today I want to talk about, the Halloween news and, the cinematic universe and what this can possibly mean and bring to Halloween fans. But before we get started, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps. So to get into this, we heard news with Miramax getting the television rights and everything, and they're saying it's going to be a cinematic universe with the Halloween franchise, which is very good, for us diehard Michael Myers fans. I'm excited to see what happens. A TV series, they're saying it's a cinematic universe, and a lot of people are confused about the cinematic universe and stuff like that. I got a perfect example. Marvel. So, you know how Marvel is with the Avengers and Iron Man, even Lord of the Rings, things like that, where universes sometimes merge and combine and sometimes story connect. Now, this is very interesting because for, a big horror franchise like Halloween with different timelines, you got the Thorn timeline, you got the 78 timeline, you got the trilogy, you even got, Halloween 3 being its own movie. It can be multiple things done, multiple lanes took. Now, one thing I want to say is, whichever lane they take, it definitely should incorporate Michael, in my opinion, just off where we left off of Halloween Ends. But I've heard people out there, including myself, thinking about them possibly doing a season of the Witch TV series. Now, when they say cinematic universe, that means it's possible. Anything is possible, to be honest. With timelines merging, stories connecting, and stuff like that. I think a TV series in a cinematic universe will make them be more free to do things and have fun around it. Now, it's also dangerous because you can hurt the franchise, in the long run, in my opinion, with a TV series, especially a big horror movie like Halloween surrounding Michael Myers. Now, one thing I do think they should kind of pull away from is just the Laurie and Michael's story. Even if they kind of jump into it a little bit and kind of push away from it, just make it different. But one thing I want to say is, with this TV series, it's definitely going to surround one thing, and it's going to be a thing, I think, that will pull everything together, and that will be Haddenfield, the town, the stories, the teenagers, side stories, different situations. I think that right there will pull this story even more together. I saw a lot of people saying, Michael. Yeah, Michael will definitely bring this story together, but I think also the town, with their side stories, can bring things together, like similar to Corey Cunningham's story in Halloween Ends, how he's getting bullied, and it's like a big full circle story where he ends up taking out the bullies in his story and everything. But I always, thought about that. Like, what else happened in Haddenfield besides Michael? He's like the headline killer. Has any other crazy things happened? We got the Rabbit in Red, Smith's Grove Sanitarium. We got things like that. They can also be attached to other stories. Now, with cinematic universes, like I said, you can have fun. Things can cross paths. Things can merge, and universes can really connect. Now, what I mean by that is, for example, we can try to connect like 78 and Jamie Lloyd in some type of way. Something like that, for example, could be merged, meaning we can get like a Ellie Cornell in the same universe as a Laurie Strode or something like that. I think that will be crazy. Or kind of connecting like a season of the Witch with a Michael. I don't know that it probably won't happen, but that's just the example, because if you watch Marvel, it happens all the time where universes, cross. But I feel like with Michael Myers, you know, the Halloween story, it has to be very pure, it has to be very clean, and it has to make sense. Now, with the cinematic universe, it's a lot of things behind it. They could do things where they just tell stories from each timeline. I think that will be a very clean way to do it. So, for example, they tell the story of '78 with a couple episodes. They tell the story of Halloween 3 with a couple episodes. They tell the story of the Thorn, in a couple of episodes along with Jamie and everything, and just they can go from there. But I think another story that's similar to like Corey, but Michael not being pulled away from the screen a lot and him taking the mask and doing what he did, I think that would be a cool story on the side, and he's his own boogeyman with this scarecrow mask and stuff like that. I'm just using Corey as an example because I don't think Corey will make an appearance in this cinematic universe. But you know what I'm saying? Could you imagine if that story would have, been cut a little shorter with Corey and he just rocked out with the scarecrow mask and he was killing and as simple as bodies just coming up and they're thinking it's Michael the whole time it's Corey Cunningham and that brown, maroon sweater and the scarecrow mask. He's just killing people. He doesn't even have Michael's get up. He's doing it on his own time. It looks like it's Michael's work type of thing. Also, like Allison, seeing someone that is in her age range and seeing what happens with her at parties and the backstories and stuff that happens in school, and definitely kind of pull away from Michael being extremely front line in this series. Like I said in previous videos, just kind of have him there one minute he's not, stalking scenes, him killing, little scenes of him walking around to bring a story together. I feel like if they learn to balance Michael in the town of Haddenfield with other characters, it will be a phenomenal choice what they're doing. Now I think also them incorporating new characters through these universes such as Ellie Cornell, John, and some stuff with Loomis. We might even get someone that's related to Loomis. I think something like that would be cool just because we don't have Donald Pleasance here with us. If they don't try to go that Tom Jones Jr. route with the second Loomis, the person who steps in Loomis's shoes, just kind of say like Loomis had like a nephew or something or a child, who knows, just give us that presence, that obsession with Michael. I think you gotta definitely have that story. I think I almost want to say I'm kind of almost positive if they go this Michael Myers route and straight full blown that timeline, we gotta have some type of Loomis presence. And I can't wait to see how Michael looks in this because, Chris Nelson, he won't be attached to this. I really have faith that they're going to do something nice with Michael. I don't want old Michael. I mean, probably towards the end of the series, maybe make him old, like when it's like, okay, the series is about to end, like season finale of the whole, Haddenfield series, whatever they want to call it. By the way, I got a feeling it's going to be something surrounding Haddenfield, the name of this cinematic universe, this TV series. Possibly, like Welcome to Haddenfield, which is the podcast of the channel, or like, just Haddenfield. I think it's going to be something around it because I feel like the town, you're going to be able to go different lanes with the name of, the towns and stuff like that. I think that's going to be very cool. But definitely, man, give us a young Michael. Give us a Michael that can stretch through these episodes of the series that will be, up and moving around like young Nick Castle, 22 years old, just walking through, gaining bodies and stuff like that, won't get injured too much. I would love to see Ellie Cornell, make an appearance, and I think that it can be something almost like this also where we can get some flashbacks because they know we went crazy over the flashbacks in Halloween Kills. Almost like, okay, for example, I'm using this as an example. Allison and Vicky and Dave, they're like the new generation of Haddenfield. They're the new Linda. They're the new Annie and Lori. But we have moments where we get flashbacks in these episodes where we've seen, young Lori and Michael, as a kid. Nothing diving into his character. Don't touch that mythology of that character. But seeing Loomis probably, mess around with other patients and what he does on, as a doctor on the side and other cases that he's obtained to help him gain that knowledge with Michael and everything. I think stuff like that with side characters can make a lot of impact on the cinematic universe, just saying, like, I'm telling you, combining it to like Marvel. Like, Marvel is a cinematic universe. You see the stuff that goes on with, Avengers, and how they have side stories that sometimes connect with other universes and come full circle. I feel like this is what Halloween is going to be, because I know see a lot of people scratching their head like the cinematic universe. What's that? What's making that so special? I think it's very big. That saying cinematic universe, that's huge. So they're basically, it's a whole universe. Haddenfield will be a universe just like Marvel, which I think is very, very, interesting. I can't wait to see what they do. Like, even with characters like Tommy Doyle and Lonnie, them getting bullied, how things can happen, how boogeyman's can be created, but still have Michael front, line, sorta, to the point he's still the boogeyman of the town. He's the boogeyman of the town. He's the one that Haddenfield they fear. He's the one that is in the shadows, that comes out and stalks and kills. Have him look very nice. Give us a young Michael. I think that will be the best way to kind of stretch this character out. I'm so excited for this. Just to see a lot of entertainment behind the Halloween franchise. I'm very excited to see what they do with this. Definitely think we're going to get it in like 5 years for Halloween 50 anniversary. But to kind of push forward, I really do think they decided to do this off of the decision they were trying to make years ago with John Carpenter and Deborah Hill with the Anthology series. Michael was just going to be a part of a story. He's going to be just a part of a story, and then they're going to have other stories. The original name was Babysitter Murderers and stuff like that. I think this is the kick the ball and get it rolling with that Anthology series, similar to stories like Corey Cunningham's Season of the Witch. That can also be a route, guys. And I just want to see if that's going to be what they're going to do. Like, Michael's here and there, but they're also telling other stories of Haddenfield, like making just Haddenfield just this one big world. I think that will be very interesting. And we see that John Carpenter has that new series out called Suburban Screams. I think it's going to be something with multiple stories being told from different timelines. I think that'll be very smart and safe. Like, for example, a couple episodes we might get that Jamie Lloyd, story. A couple episodes we might get a Loomis story. A couple episodes we might get an Annie story. Just giving us a lot of backstory from different characters in different situations. I think that will be insane if they go that route with this cinematic universe and TV series. So yeah, you all comment down below. What are some new characters you want to see, be attached to this TV series? I would like to see, like a Allison, a Rachel, someone that's related to Loomis, even something connected to Lori. Just don't have that story keep going on. Give us something new. I just want to see some new blood, in this TV series with new generation. Someone where Michael, they don't even know about Michael for real. He's just that urban legend. He's that, that myth, and he comes back to Haddenfield, and they kind of get introduced to him, and then they got to go back into history to find out who is this guy and things like that. I think stuff like that will make this story and these stories, if it's just a story, just being told, very unique in my opinion. So comment down below. But unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want you all to hit me up on my social medias. ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY_ on TikTok, Brandon on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter, and yeah, you all right there where it says join. Think about clicking join and become a member of the channel. Also check out Patreon to get exclusive content and benefits of the channel. And yeah, you all, I want you to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace. Until next time.